Okay, so folks, I'm back with another episode of Talking Cars. I'm actually at a very unique spot with a very unique individual that loves old school classic cars. He used to be on your TVs with a program called Going Nowhere Slowly, and also he's just a phenomenally funny guy. My man, Kurt Schoonraad.
How's it, my bro?
Sweet.
That was the right smack there. That's serendipitous.
Oh, man. Yeah. My man, first of all, I have to just tell you that it is an honor to chat to you, knowing that you are a proper petrolhead.
Cheers, my bro. Thank you very much.
That.
I do have to correct you, though. I don't only like old cars.
Okay.
And I like all kinds of cars. I'm in love with the theory of the automobile, bro. The design, the understanding of it. In fact, I don't even have to go fast. I can stare at it all day. I'm happy with it.
I suppose that's where the whole thing of going nowhere slowly came from.
Low and slow, bro.
You know, that is a tagline. Low and slow.
Low and slow. There's no reason to go. I don't need to go fast. I like cruising. I love. In fact, speed scares the shit out of me. You know?
Really?
Anything over 200, I'm frot bang, bro.
I suppose it also depends in what car you are.
No matter what car I'm in, I actually prefer. Like, going nowhere slowly, for example, was a '68 Chevy Impala, and that was. And then we've got Rod, of course, who owns this fantastic place.
Look at this guy here.
And of course, he's joining us for a bit of a chat as well. Because the car guys all speak the same language. It's like kak praat with four wheels.
Exactly. And then also going nowhere slowly.
And also going nowhere slowly. He's got a Trans Am though, which can theoretically go a lot faster than the slow and slow.
If we look over what we are actually seeing in front of us, right? So you've got a 57 Bel Air, yes. Right? And then behind that is a Trans Am Pontiac Firebird.
That's most probably the prettiest picture you're going to see in Cape Town today.
I'm like, that's carnography.
It is, exactly that. It's car porn.
It's car porn.
Like, exactly what it is.
We're standing here in awe of what the Americans made back in the day.
Yep.
Essentially, eh?
And they both happen to be black.
That's crazy.
We actually planned it, Ron and myself. So like, listen, when they come around and park them, just like.
Okay, so getting back to talking cars, Kurt,
yes.
Right? When did you get your license?
Oh, bro, I was driving way before I got my license.
Every person probably drove well before that.
I was about 15, I think, when
you started driving?
Yeah, my parents didn't know about it, though.
On what car was that? What car?
It was a Ford Cortina Mark II. Yeah. My dad had one standing.
Big Six?
No. It was back then. It only had 1600 Kent motors.
Okay, yes.
And my dad had a Mark II, and when they weren't around. And like Saturday mornings, I just scan him, go down the road like this, and I'm like, okay, actually, you can come now.
Pressing the car.
Of course. Hey, that's a great. But a Ford or a Chevy? Oh, Ford. Okay. Oh, wow. Cortina pickup. Oh, those are called 200Es. They were very popular. You know, we're the only country in the world that had a Ford Cortina bucket.
Correct.
No one else in the world had it. We had a couple of things like that.
That big six though, in there.
Oh, it was fabulous.
Oh. But now, getting back to your Ford Cortina stories, right? Yes. Did you have any incidents with that car?
Oh, bro, lots. Man, my first own car was a Mark I Escort two-door.
Wow.
That was my first car. Back then, you could buy them for cheap. Nobody really wanted them anymore.
Exactly,
yeah. Nowadays, they're so valuable. I was just telling him, I had an Escort two-door Mark I. It was my first car. Oh, it's just beautiful.
Wow.
And now, they are very, very sought after. I mean,
exactly.
They ship them out of South Africa to England en masse.
But now, okay, you didn't keep that car though, eh?
I wish I did. But no, my dad sold it.
Yeah.
My dad sold it. I was like, where's the car? He said, no, I sold it. I said,
what did you get after that?
Then we went Volkswagen, so it was a Golf. Yeah.
Which one? The Mark I, the original one?
Yeah,
okay, all right. And how long did you have that car for?
Oh man, I had a CTI.
A CTI
for years.
Wait, was that was the 1.8, wasn't it?
It was a GTI Mark I.
Correct,
with some modern features on it. The grille was slightly slanted.
And I remember the headrest was that square
with a hole in the center.
That looked so good back in the day.
It still looks good. It's still a fantastic car. And it really went. Power to weight ratio on that was fantastic.
That's why it was like robot to robot. You couldn't beat that car.
Well, on a front wheel drive.
In the 325 IS, it doesn't matter.
My bro. Now, old American cars, they're great on the long road.
Oh, man.
But bro, robot to robot. I had a 70 Camaro RS.
What?
For years. It was I says, I'm still heartbroken that I sold the car, but I was starting the comedy club at the time, so I needed the cash.
Of course.
So I sold that car and the Camaro at the same time, and I just bought that back about a year and a half, 2 years ago.
So buying that back about a year ago.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Like $1 million, because my dad and myself built that car, and he passed away about 5 years ago.
Sorry to hear, man.
No, I use it in my comedy as well. I said, I lost my dad recently, but like not in the Pick and Pay, he died, And you would have loved that gag. He had a great sense of humor, and he helped me.
Is that where you get your comedy from?
Well, I'd like to believe that.
It's a combination.
It's a combination. And so
Okay.
the two of us built that car, and I've got a picture of my dad and myself and my son in that car.
Wow.
So it's kind of sentimental on a couple of different levels.
Of course, yeah. Ever thought of blowing that picture up and maybe putting it up somewhere?
Definitely, at some stage. There's a couple of pictures I'd like to blow up somewhere and then I can put up.
Maybe fines. Fines.
I had some ninja moments,
Really?
Yeah. I had some ninja moments there. Sorry.
Shut up.
Okay. I had some ninja moments. I did an ad with John Cleese once.
Really?
First up, true story. A tall horse ad. You can actually go and Google it.
Tall horse.
A tall horse ad, and I got to spend like 3 days with him in Durban. It's fantastic. I got to open for Russell Peters at one stage.
Wow.
It was fantastic. I got to open for Paulie Shaw. A couple of big celebs came through the comedy club when I owned it back in the day.
Gee whiz.
So I've been very lucky that way. I've met some really cool people.
Comedy has blessed you,
man,
immensely.
Immensely.
That's amazing, and you're still doing it till today.
You're
still funny. That's the key.
I'm funny looking, which is a great start. In case the material doesn't work, I can just go.
You're like,
So no, I've fallen in and out of love with comedy over the years, and there are moments when I was tired with it. I'm like, fuck, I want to do something else.
Just had enough.
I've had enough now. And then I write a new show, and then there's a whole new energy to it, and then all of a sudden I'm in love again.
Let's go.
It's it's like a relationship with your wife, you know what I mean? There are moments you go, oh, that's it, I'm done. And then the other moments when you watch her sleep and go, man, she's nice.
She's so perfect.
Comedians are very serious off the stage.
Oh, that's so true, eh?
And so you wonder, just take everything out of it on the stage. You're different.
The energy is just constant.
Yes.
I always judge a comedian by how they are off stage.
I totally agree with you.
So the best comedians I've ever met in my life are exactly the same people on and off stage. There's no difference. They share completely and with gusto. And that's not an act. It's actually who they are. And if I'm lucky, I'd love to believe that I could fit into a class like that.
Oh man!
Because some of the best oaks I met with just the best comedians, with just the nicest, warmest, easy to get along with people. There was no airs and graces. There was no.
Just latching onto what you said now. So you know Anthony Anderson.
Yes, I do.
Right. So I had a business a couple of years ago where we had massaging beds, right? And
no happy ending.
No happy ending there. It's all electrical, my friend.
That's even better. It's vibration, bro.
No emotion.
Dude, you're still digging yourself deeper in here, bro.
Let me escape quickly. So a friend actually brought him around there to have a session on there, right? But obviously you have this picture of him in all the movies that he's been in, right? And the funny scenes and shit like that. And he in person, he's actually just as funny. And I think that is exactly the core to what you are saying now with regards to how somebody comes across on the show and in real life.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the energy that we're getting from you. I love that.
That's a big compliment. I'll take that.
To the grave.
Not only to the grave, but this is something you should tell me.
I got your
I'll take that as a compliment and I'll keep that. Cheers, my bro. That means a lot to me. As a comedian, you want to be able to be approachable and kind of relaxed and chilled out in a public space.
Exactly.
I know a lot of comedians that, I won't mention any names. There was one comedian particularly, I was in complete awe of this guy. I watched his movies.
South African guy?
No, American guy. Hollywood guy.
Okay.
And then when I met him, he was an absolute skommel relax. He was just like, I was so disappointed. I was like,
that's another level of skommel, bro.
No, it was that relax, my bro. We were sitting in a radio interview, right? And I think it was Good Hope FM at the time or something. And we were taken there by the promoter, and we were being interviewed. And I was speaking to him off air.
Okay.
And then he tunes me, you see when that red light goes on, then you can speak to me.
What?
I was like, wow, okay, you volunteered.
The audacity.
Not only audacity, I was like, bruh, do you know who I think I am? I don't care, Hollywood, Schmollywood, my bro. Don't be a skommel deluxe.
Exactly.
I thought that. But what came out was, okay.
Like,
no, he was a big Hollywood star. I've seen him in so many movies before then, and I was quite disappointed by just him not being a lekker oh, you know.
I think you can relate that maybe to cars also, because I think everybody has hero cars of back in the day, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes when you actually get to drive them or get in, then you sort of sometimes get disappointed by those cars. And I feel like sometimes it's not good to meet your heroes, and just to get like that, keep that idea of them.
Keep it intact.
Exactly.
Because what if it's a skommel deluxe and you're like, oh, I was, you know?
Yeah, you was.
Exactly. Yes, you know, you can't use it in polite company, you know what I mean? But it relates something to, like, you know, family members and body parts.
Oh, man.
You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I know the vibe. But, I mean, I can't think of one car really that disappointed me immensely when I drove it, though.
Is it?
You know, I fall in love with cars for different reasons, you know? Like,
that's the thing, yeah.
It's some of them just look absolutely perfect, and I could be happy with that.
Yeah.
Even if it drove like a sack of shit, you know what I mean?
Of course.
I would still be happy with the design of it, because that's the kind of thing you fall in love with. You know
Exactly,
what I mean?
exactly. So let me ask you this about that particular car.
Yeah.
Obviously, the looks.
Yeah.
It just sort of lends itself to you falling in love with it. But other than that, what made you fall in love with that car? Because I know you are.
Oh, of course.
Massively.
So for me, I'm intrigued by the 50s cars in the States. They were all completely obsessed with space travel at the time. You know, the big Cadillacs, the big Chevys, in fact, all of them.
It looks like spaceships.
They've got rockets on the front and like wings at the back, and Dogmas is like, you know what a Dogma is, of course. Yeah. Dogmas up front, big chrome bumpers. They were obsessed with space travel. Everything looked like it was going to take off, you know. And of course, you know, as the time went on, 20 years went by, they ended up on the moon. Well, we're not really sure if they ended up on the moon. The theory is that they were on the moon.
Yeah.
And on the Bible.
You know what I mean? And you know, what's still confusing is that the flag waving in the wind on the...
Bruh, where's the wind? There's no southeaster there, bruh.
So there's still a lot of... The jury's out, but they were obsessed with space travel.
Correct.
And designers were given carte blanche with how cars were designed and how they were supposed to look. Crumple zones on a car like that is the Toyota Corolla in front of you. You know what I mean?
Exactly, yes.
That's the crumple zone on a 57 Chevy.
But it's amazing how the design of cars has changed over the years, eh?
This is what made me fall out of love with it just a little bit. You know what I mean? It's a bit crazy in that. CAD, computer-aided design has changed the game quite a bit. You know what I mean?
Correct.
In that now, if you take the emblem off the bonnet of a car, whether it's a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, a McLaren, a Bugatti, you can very seldom tell the difference between them.
I had this conversation with another car lover a couple of weeks ago, actually. Yeah. Any of the newer cars, like general normal brands or so, they look so similar.
They're all designed in the same software.
You cannot tell them apart.
Yeah.
If you look at cars harking back to the 50s, 60s, 70s, etc., right? Every single one of those cars looked unique in their own right.
Well, they were designed from year to there.
Correct.
There was no computer-aided design. If you look, take a classic design. Most probably my favorite car in the whole world is the Porsche brand. Right? I'm in love with it. I always have been. And what's great about it, if you look at the belt line, the window line on a Porsche, that has not changed in 70 years. No. It hasn't changed. It's still the same thing. The designs have been upgraded and modernized, but the essence, the DNA,
it remains.
It's clear and present. You never need to guess.
You know it's a Porsche.
The silhouette. You look at the silhouette, and it screams Porsche at you. Exactly. Now remember at the time, and I mean there's an argument for other people doing it before Ferdinand Porsche, but putting the engine at the back of a car, air cool it.
Exactly.
It was so controversial at the time. Everyone
thought, was groundbreaking.
In German, of course, this guy has lost his fucking mind. This guy, he's mad.
What is he doing?
Yeah, it's this crazy shit.
He's justice.
That shit crazy Ferdinand over there. But look at, I mean, he's revolutionized the way we see
Man,
cars.
man.
And I'm intrigued by that. I love that theory. It's like going against the grain ended up being the only way to do it. You
Correct.
know?
And I mean, if you look at after that, then what Metzger created with his engines,
Yeah.
it's just like...
So
wow.
what Wankel did with those engines,
Yes.
I mean, that was such a controversial thing at the time as well. So you look at all of these, like even a company like Messerschmitt, for example, right? Now, most people don't know that it actually produced cars, microcars, but they're an aircraft company, you know?
Jeremy Clarkson loves using that. If a car sounded amazing, then he would always take it back to, it sounded like a Messerschmitt.
A Messerschmitt.
A Messerschmitt.
A Messerschmitt. Now, if you think about it, BMW was also an
aircraft.
aeronautical company.
Correct.
I mean, the logo still looks like a rotating propeller, you know?
Yep.
You got a robber bank, eh? And then you got 3 other restos going on at the same time, you know what I mean?
So it's like, which one actually takes priority now? That's the question.
So now it's pretty. I got 3 different panel shops. They phoned me. Listen, we need that. I'm like, hold on. Yeah, got another one over there, needing some panels over there. I'm like, shit. How do I get? So this is what happens.
Okay.
I fall in love with the car.
Yeah.
I buy the car. Then we start stripping it down. We put some panels on. I import some parts, and we're half done with that. And then something comes up for sale there, and then I fall in love there.
Oh wow,
So
I need that.
I need that. So before I know what's going on, I've got 4 of these things now. Now I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I can't sell one because then it's like selling one of your kids.
Exactly.
You know?
And that's the attachment that people have. Okay,
It's-
petrolheads have with their cars.
Bro,
It's like literally, it's a part of you.
do you know what a Datsun Z is?
Oh,
You know, the ones with the 6 round lights at the
Yes.
back, right? Now, I grew up absolutely in love with that car, but I came from a Ford family.
so you couldn't.
No, I could just dig it
Ford
from
is
afar
Lord
like
back in the
this.
day.
Exactly. I could just love it from afar like that. I was like, oh, that's a sexy car. So I wasn't looking for one at all.
yeah.
And then one popped up in Joburg about 4 or 5 years ago.
Uh-huh.
It just popped up for sale. And then I had a friend go have a look at it. I'm just like, and he's going, Kurt, if you don't buy it, I will, bro. I guess there's no rust in this car. It's been kept in a garage its whole life.
Wow.
So I'm like, shit, because those things came out of the factory with rust, you know what I mean? So
It was an added extra.
and now listen, you have to pay more for it, you tick it off a box. So I bought it, and now we're doing a nut and bolt, like paint off bare metal resto on it because it's worth it. That one's going to be worth a lot of money forever. And you know, you can't spend a lot of money on a car not knowing if you're going to get it back. Because not every old car is collectible.
I was gonna say
Not
no,
everyone is.
and that's rear wheel drive, eh?
That's rear-wheel drive. It's old school. It's a 1600 hour motor, which is it's a 160Y
Yeah.
ZX, a GX coupe.
Correct. Yes.
And but they had homologation versions of it, which was called a 140Z and a 160Z.
Yeah.
So this is not a Z. It's not a Z car. Those are they only made like 150, 200 of each of them.
Yeah.
Right? It's not, but it's that shape and it's that. But in Japan, these things are so sought after. You get R1 million for one.
Wow.
Not true story.
Wow.
They're very, very sought after, and they were very, very rare. They were never made in many parts of the world. Fortunately enough, South Africa was one of those countries we had them for sale there.
Guys, I think we can listen to Kurt speak on end about cars. Rod, my man, I want to thank you. Your establishment here is absolutely fantastic, but what we need to do now is get in that Bel Air
And then take it
and
for a
just
quick cruise.
Cruise, baby.
Lekker,
Just
man.
cruise. Let's have some fun.
Thanks for your hospitality, very much appreciated, right?
The highlight to my year.
That's a good one.
Take it easy.
This is another pinch me moment because I'm driving with Kurt Schoonraad in his Bel Air, and I must admit to you that just this, the V8 bourbon of this, right? That background noise, it's like the most beautiful symphony that just like travels along with you.
Absolutely love that. That's one of the things I fell in love with. Right at the beginning when I was about 10 years old with my grandfather, who was a car mechanic.
Really?
And I used to help him bleed the brakes.
Wow.
So holding this big steering wheel, and an old car has a certain smell as well, you know?
It's the little things about old cars that triggers, I think, memories and stuff.
Well, like you said, versatile. It's more of a feeling than a thinking, actually. You know?
Exactly.
And it's also, there's a lot of nostalgia for me. I was a car fan my whole life, but I'm like 3rd generation car guy, you know?
Wow.
My granddad was a car guy, my dad was.
You can say it's in your blood.
it's kind of in my gene pool, yeah, you know. So they say it's also, I've got this disease very badly. They say it's terminal, but if you're lucky, it'll take about 80 years to kill you, you know.
So the best thing that you can do to combat that is live life.
The best way possible.
Live life and actually go after your passions.
Man, and this is what this feels like to me. This feels like I'm doing the right thing. It just feels lekker. I love the way it makes me feel. And man, old cars, and I tell you, this thing makes friends wherever it goes. People stop, eh? And you know, like I said, it doesn't attract women, it attracts old men that speak too much. And there's, you know, this is a 57 Chevy Bel Air, and then people go, you know, my uncle had one just like it. It was yellow and it was a Ford and a Bucky.
But now you see,
there was nothing like this.
Exactly. So my thing with cars is that you spend so much time in it on a daily basis, right? You must drive something that you actually enjoy. That is my most important thing about owning a car.
Some people are musicians and they would spend all of their money on the right guitar or the right piano, for example.
A Fender or a Stratocaster, you know, any one of those.
Exactly, a Strat or a Stradivarius,
exactly.
You know, whatever it is that strikes your fancy.
Correct.
I would spend a lot more money than I should be on the right old car. And you know, they make fantastic investments if you know exactly what you're doing.
That's the key thing that you just said there, because essentially an everyday car is a liability because of the servicing, the installments, all of those things.
Well, also they devalue from the time you drive them off the showroom floor. You know?
It's like 20-30% off immediately as soon as you leave the showroom floor.
Exactly.
Right. So with something like this, actually anything that goes up in value,
yep,
it's actually an investment.
An appreciating asset.
Exactly.
And a 57 shape. Now, most people, I mean, if you look at the shape of this car, this was probably the most Hollywooded car in history as a 57 shape.
Correct.
It's been in so many movies.
Who drove it? The Mafia gangsters back in the day.
Mafia drove it in one movie. James Dean drives one like this.
Everybody.
So it's been well documented, and a 57 Chevy, I'd go as far as saying the shape is iconic. You know?
It is. We said it in the interview earlier. It looks like a spaceship.
It does. It certainly does.
And also, it's so cool, man. Like when you drive it, right? How cool do you feel?
I mean, I feel like James Dean, bro. Well, it's Kurt Dean, bro. Dean Schoonraad, I don't know, you choose.
Either one. The car makes you feel amazing. And this is the thing with cars, though. You have to, if I always say, if you purchase a car, you park it somewhere, if you don't look back at the car, you bought the wrong car.
When you're walking away.
Yeah.
And that's that.
You bought the wrong car.
Man, so I've got a couple of cars and each of them have the story of how I found them.
Yeah.
And the story is most probably as important as the car. Because, you know, we're all a nostalgic bunch of people. You know, we feel a certain way based on nostalgia and history and that visceral feeling that makes you feel something for these cars. And I love them for just that reason. I'm still in love. I don't think I'll ever get over it. You know?
And I want you to promise me something. Please never do it. Never get over your love for cars.
I don't think it's possible. Okay, Sean. Thanks for having me, bro.
It's been amazing.
Cheers,
we'll
bro.
chat soon again.
Damn straight, my guy.
Cheers.